Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. On the menu today, and as you can see there, a plate of goodness. We're going to make some Arabic rice with chicken, or also known as Kabsa or Majboos. This is from the Gulf region, Saudi, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, that kind of area, Kuwait. It's a very, very famous dish. I always love making this. Now, there are different recipes from different countries and different ways of making it. This is the version we're going to do today. It is divine. Let's go and take a look at the ingredients that we need. So by cutting out that backbone, we can now spread the chicken open. I've just washed it as well, just to clean out any bits inside. So we've now got that, or I'll turn it over, we've got that, which might look a bit more familiar to you. That's how I'm gonna be cooking our chicken. Okay, so our chicken is prepared, and I've just set that aside. I've put some shrink wrap on it and put it in the refrigerator. Let's take a look at the spices that we're using today. Now, all of the ingredients and the amounts are going to be in the text below. We've got salt and pepper powders here. We've got cumin powder, turmeric and cardamon powder. In there I've got some cloves, a bay leaf, some green cardamom pods and cumin seeds. In this one I've got some dried red chili whole, and these are black dried lime. If you can't get that, you might be able to get it powdered if you can't get the whole ones. And when using these, the whole ones, what you want to do is just get a fork or a knife and just pierce them just a little bit. There we've got some tomato paste. We'll move on and I'll just show you some other bits like garlic and onions. Okay, and here I've got chopped onions, garlic and fresh tomato chopped. We're ready to go to the cooker now. We're going to start this off with some oil. So you're going to need a large pot that has a lid. In here I've got some oil. I'm using a sunflower oil. You could be using something different if you wanted. We're going to start off by dropping in our whole seeds. So we're going to get in our dried lime or dried lemon, a little bit of dried chili, bay leaf, and then here we've got cloves, cumin seeds and green cardamom pods. Just a few seconds, they'll infuse that oil. Now we're going to add our onion, and our garlic. We're on a above medium heat, and we're going to go for about 4 minutes. Great stuff. Now we're going to add our fresh tomatoes. Try and use a nice ripe tomato as well. We're going to add salt and pepper. And then we're going to add these powders. Turmeric, cumin and cardamom, green cardamom powder. Staying on this heat, we're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. We want those tomatoes to break down a little bit. Okay, so our tomatoes are starting to break down a bit now. We're going to introduce that tomato paste. In that goes. And again, staying on this heat, another 5 to 6 minutes. We want to kind of cook that paste out, and then we can move on to the next step. This is going to be delicious. And that is looking wonderful, really, really good. In many versions, people would add like grated carrot to this or some other vegetables. We're keeping it just like this today. Okay, we're going to get our chicken, which we spatchcocked or butterflied, and we're going to just drop her in there. Lid's going to go on. Just 5 or 6 minutes. Let's cook it before we add any stock or water. Okay, let's jump in. That's just like 4 or 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add some water. You can use chicken stock if you want. I'm going with just water. Let's give that a little mix. Now we're going to put the heat onto a medium. Lid's going to go on, and we're going to cook this for about 30 minutes. No need to touch it now. Okay, so while our chicken is cooking away there, let's take a look at our rice. So I've got 3 cups of basmati rice. What we're going to do is we're going to wash it 2 or 3 times, give it a little rinse, and then we're going to soak it for about 20 to 30 minutes in some cold water, and then we're going to be adding it to the pot. So just been washed a couple of times and covered it with some cold water. And I get asked this quite a lot about rice. Rice comes in varying degrees of quality. So always try and buy the best rice that you can. Because it's like wine really, you know, there's so many different types of rice. This is a pretty good quality basmati. So always just try and use the best quality you can. Spend money on rice, don't buy cheap rice. Okay, let's get the lid off this. It's been going for 30 minutes now. Looking fantastic. So what we need to do is we need to get, one moment, we need to get this chicken out. There you are, that's coming straight out. That's going to go onto a oven-proof roasting tray, like a metal tin or something like that. And I'm going to put that in the oven in a minute. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Now what we've got here is an incredible, flavourful broth or stock, and this is what we're going to cook our rice in. So my rice has been soaking for about 20 minutes. I've drained most of the water off, and we're going to drop it in. Give that a mix. We're going to turn the heat up now, because this was on a lower heat while we were cooking the chicken. Lid's going to go on, and I'm going to cook that for about 20-25 minutes. It will absorb hopefully most, if not all, of that beautiful stock. So we've swapped the chicken for rice. Here's our chicken on a metal dish, or you can use a ceramic or anything that can go in the oven. That's going to go in the oven. Put your oven on maximum heat, really high. We're going to pop that in for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's take a look at our rice. That is wonderful. Beautifully cooked and packed with incredible flavours. Okay, so our chicken is ready from the oven. I'll show you that in a minute. The rice is ready. There's just one other thing to look at. So what I have here is half a cup each of raisins or sultanas, you know, some form of dried fruit like that, and some almonds. Now, if you get your almonds like this, raw like that, you simply boil them in some water for about 5 minutes, and then the outer skin comes off really easily. What we're going to do is get back to the cooker, and we're going to fry these in a little bit of butter. So I've got a small pan here, smelting like a tablespoon of butter in there. We're going to drop in our almonds and our raisins or sultanas, and alternatively you could use pine nuts instead of almonds. Let's just get the heat up a little bit. We're going to go just for like 2 minutes on a medium heat. Okay, off goes the heat. They're ready, and we're now ready to get this together. So all of our components are now ready. Our chicken's out of the oven, our beautiful rice is ready, and you just saw we've done the nuts and dried fruit. I've also got there some fresh cilantro or coriander. Simply what we're going to do is get a plate, put a nice layer of rice on there. Doesn't that look amazing? We're now going to grab our chicken, put that on the top. Get a spoon here, and I'm just going to spoon on some of our nuts and dried fruits. Finish this off with some fresh cilantro or coriander, and that is done and is wonderful. It does take a while to cook, there's a few processes, but that really is fit for a king. We hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you soon. Keep safe, keep well. Lots of love.